Right, welcome back to Last Cast. It's the second part now. I'm going to fish the pellet. In the first part, I'm pretty much learning how to use the pole, and I use caster up in the water, on the deck and mid-water. And to be honest, I did good. I had a big hide, I had plenty of F1s, there was loads of fish in the swim, and you know, it's just a bit of a practice this. So instead of fishing that all day, I think I'd have done okay if I'd have fished that all day. I'm going to fish pellet now. Hard pellet. I'm going to put hard pellet on the bottom and fish. I'm going to fish a soft hooker bait on. I'm just using the same rig, basically the same rigs that I'm using on the casters. I've just changed one to a bigger one. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fish one close in down here, and this one where I've been feeding the caster, because there's probably loads of fish there. I'm just going to put this in to start with, some pellets. I'm going to put a bit of water in it. This is what I've seen our friend Aidan do. Dampen them down, get the marker. This is where I do everything wrong, and just basically put these pellets in there. There's plenty of fish in that swim. And I'm going to put some more in, a bit closer in on the edge. The combination of mixed pellets, hard pellets. Sometimes I soften them down, other times I just leave them. And this one's going to be a bit closer in. I chose a marker, it's tuft of grass. I'm just going to fish. Get that top section there. I'm just going to fish close in. We're going to fish straight in front of me, but if I'm fishing further out, the fish will come and spook it. And I also forgot wetting the pellets down that time. What I'll basically do, leave that half an hour. We'll see what happens. I'm also thinking about fishing in the edge with chopworm and caster, see if I can get a perch out. Some nice perch in here. And if it dries up these lines off, I might not catch anything on the bottom, they all might be up in the water. I'll just keep topping it up with the odd pellets. I won't put as many in. But they're a nice combination. I've got some bloodworm ones, krill. And I've done okay with these before. I don't know how it'll work today. I'm going to have something to eat, give it 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. We'll see what happens. Right, I've left it a while now, so I'm going to just go over the top, see if there's anything there. I might have to leave it a bit longer. I'll put that in there with it. Get one of these soft hooker pellets on. I'll fish the middle first, and the pellets aren't too good. I'm breaking up a bit with the size of the hook. Nice and gentle. There, I got one on. I'll go out to where I think I remember putting them. I think it's there. I can see a few bubbles coming up. There might be something there already. But I may not have left it long enough. And if any of them carp have gone down for the pellets, should get an indication. I might not catch anything, they might be all up in the water. But I don't think the bites are going to be as fast as the one with the caster. Yeah, first fish on. Feels like a small F1. It took a while, that. One of these ghost ones. making a funny noise. It took probably a minute to get a bite. Well, if there's a few of them down there, them pellets aren't going to last 2 minutes. Not a bad start. If it can hold still a minute. Another F1. Looks like one of the ghost ones, that. A bit different to the other ones, they're not as dark. So what I might do now, I might put a cad pot on. And just sprinkle a few pellets in every so often. I think one of them carp will mop that up. One or two of them. I'll get another pellet out, see if I can get another bite. It shows they're going down. I just can't remember where I put the bait now. I think that's going to be one of my problems. Some bubbles coming up there, so it must be there. Strange, I've had no bream yet today. Might be in the deeper water, the bream. It's not instant. I don't think they've got their heads down. There's one on again now. Try to keep it out of the swim. Going a bit this one. I'm going to say it, it's not happy. It's gone into me with a swim now. This double elastic's, oh, it's a barbel. I thought it was fighting a bit different. No, it's not. Is it? I think it's probably a common carp. Yeah, I'm worse than guessing an Aden. It's got red fins, so yeah, it's a proper carp. That's the first one I've had all day, that. Nice common. You can tell how to fight. A bit dodgy fin. I'll put up a good scrap. I'll put that one in there, it's not too big to go in. And I'll get out again. If I get a couple of fish like that, soon build a weight up, even though the bites aren't instant. And I ain't gone on the other line yet, I'll have to not forget about that one. I might get four fish out of this one, 3 or 4. And then move over to the other line, put a small top up in. I think there's so many fish, I don't think I can overfeed them. Just try to work out where my markers are. I think if I had a few kits on the go, I'd probably get confused, not know where we're putting the bait. I don't feel like an F1. There were loads of little bubbles coming up. It could be. Don't know why it's making such a weird noise. Yeah, it's an F1. Only one of the small ones. putting a good scrap up for size. Sometimes I don't think they're hooked, or they get me near the edge. It's ready to come in. I think I'm just going to have to put up with, I'm not going to get many bites, but I'm going to get, when I do get a bite, there's going to be a decentish stamp of fish. The hooks come out. That's a nice F1. Good weight builders. I don't think I'd be winning a match if there were a match on. But at the moment, I'd have probably stuck to the caster line. Well, it is a demo, or a practice, should I say, me attempting to fish the pole. I don't think I'm doing a bad job at the moment. Let's say I've fished the margin pole before, but not on the seat box. Just on the chair, just put it in my bag sometimes. And watching Aidan fish for the last few years, there's absolutely loads of fish. I can see them all right. If I had a bigger pole and fished right over to the limit over there, you can see them all in the reeds. They're all up in the water. That's why I'm not getting many bites, I don't think. And you can see the reeds moving. You can see it in the background. There's loads of fish in there. Good with a method feeder, chucking it across. And that's something else I've got to have a practice on. Feeder fishing and method feeder. And dip on it and what I've got to do is, probably just because they've been up in the water, I've got to try to draw them down to the bottom now. And put a good bed of bait in. Like I say, there's hundreds of fish, I can see them all in the distance. I don't think I can overfeed them with the amount of pellets I've got. And it's probably about 5 minutes in between bites. There's bubbles coming up all the time, so there's fish there. They have got quite a bit of choice. It sunk away fast. That was a good bite. All the other bites have been slow, so it could have been a line bite. Get it back in. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is, when I get another bite, I'm going to put the cad pot on. Just put a few pellets in at a time. Going again there. And this feels like a big, heavy fish. Oh, foul hook, that's why. Whatever that was, it was big. That's the trouble now with, I think it was foul hooked. It might not have been, it could have been one of them big bream. And what I'm going to do is, I've got these cad pots. Small cad pot, rubber ones. You squash them on, I think. Then you put that back on, and it's solid then. I'm just going to put pellet on and put a few in top of that. Put your pellet on first. That was a good fish. I think that was probably the biggest fish of the day, that. It could have been one of them big breams, some massive bream in here. And you don't get caught so much. And a good pellet. Right, try to put them in the top now without sprinkling them everywhere. Put a few in at a time. And it's always keeping a bit of a trickle in there. I think the water's okay, it's not too clear. I think if the water's clear it can spook them. Especially that bright red. Keep it straight. I do now is I do it from a night and it makes a bit of noise. Just fall it through. It just felt so heavy, that last fish. Felt like a breamer, a big bream. There we go, another fish on. I don't feel like, I'm not going to say it, I'm going to say it is one. Woke up now. It's a fully scaled mirror carp. No, big scaled. It's not actually an F1. Only a small one, but it's a proper carp. Beautiful fish. Nice when it's a bit bigger, that one. Get it under control. Get the hook out wherever it is. Come out in its mouth. See if we can show that, because it's a nice fish. Big scales on it. Only a small stocker. But when it's a bit bigger, that'll be a nice fish. I'll go through the same process again. I'll put the pellet on first. You don't want to be dropping them out everywhere. Get the slime off the line. Get the pellet on and chuck a few in the pot. A bit tricky when you're used to fishing with big hooks and dead bait. Very fine. I don't think Brent will have to do this. Fingers are too big. A few pellets in, not too many. Ship out again. It's good sport. The bites aren't instant. I'm getting better fish. And I dropped half the bait in the water because I wasn't concentrating. There's still a bit on. Still a bit in the pot, should I say. And put it down to learning curve. About 5 left in the pot. And the old fish will be there now. I think what I did with that line, I don't think I should have fished 2 lines. And it's just, you're just splitting the fish up then. I'm getting plenty of bites here. And the bubble's coming up now. I think I've actually got the fish to go on the bottom now. And just a matter of waiting. It's going under a bit. Must be real small fish sucking on the pellets. That one proper sunk there. I don't know if you could see it on the camera. Can't remember where I put the camera. A few bubbles coming up as well. I don't think I spooked the fish. I think I'm building the swim now. It'd be nice to get a big bream. I haven't seen sign. I think one got off. I never saw it, so it couldn't. Oh, and the one what jumped. So there's some bream in the swim. Let's go in there. Let's go. I think bites. That's a really funny. Bit of a lift bite, that one. It's shot off up there again. And it's not a bad fish. Just seen it on the top. Very, very strange bites. It's like a ghost F1. Miss my roller. Making a weird noise, this elastic after I see it, like it's making a strange noise. Right, it's in the net. Get the float out of the way, it's going to smash my float. And I got one. And like all the hooks have come out in the net. You know, you do lose a fish with barbless hooks, but it's a lot better for the fish. Hold this one up because it's quite a nice fish. Another F1. I've probably only been fishing 3 hours. I reckon I've got maybe 30 pounds in there. I always exaggerate. I'll get a bit more practice and I think I'll take that Aiden on. I'll be watching this now going and bringing me up next week. Right, make sure I don't spill them this time. Get 10 or 20. Keep an eye on the pot, make sure it's not going in, turning. Making a bit of an ash of them shipping back and jumping out. I'm going crazy there, that one. Again, I'm going to drop them from height, make that noise. There's another one on. Just shot off over there. It's working, this method. It's not instant though. I can see loads of fish on the top still. You know, the better choice of the day will be up in the water. But all the fish I've had, you know, they're a decent stamp. Would have caught more on stopping on caster. I think I may have done. Well, it's good practice for me doing these different methods. And it just shows that if I can do it, anyone can do it. Another F1. I've had 2 proper carp today. Nothing big, but there's some quite big ones in here that are not showing. I think they're normally on the other side. There's Bobble as well. And what I'm going to do is I'll probably get a few more fish on this method, and then I'm going to fish. I'm going to see if I can get a perch down the margin over there. You know, I've come to see if this method works, and it does work. I know I can do it. I've picked a few hints and tips up over the years when I've been doing the filming. And it's quite an effective method. I think if the water weren't as warm and mooching about in the top of the water, I think I'd probably been in for a better session. We've had quite a few fish. I don't think anyone can complain about how many fish you can catch. I'll try down the edge because I want to get one of them big perch out of here. Because there's no pike in these waters, perch take over as predator. So you can get some, they're eating a small roach and rudd. You can get some fair size perch, 2-3 pounders. It's not a bad spot this, I've never fished this bit before. Well, I don't know why we always go around the other side. No one never seems to fish this side. Maybe that's why the fish are come here, out of the way. I think if I want to catch the bigger bream though, I'll have to move to the deeper end. I've come up here out of the way now because there's some more people fishing. I don't want to be listening to me rabbiting on. I'll probably get 2-3 more fish on this line. Then I'm going to go on the margin and get some chopped worm and caster in. There's another fish on now. Just going over that way. It's going, they seem to wake up when they get near the edge. Another F1. One of the ghosty ones. There's in the net. Again, the hooks come out. Another F1. They're the stamper fish I've been getting. Been getting quite a few. And, you know, building a big weight. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some chopped worm. And put it in the pot. With some casters and fish. Put it over in the margin and go and fish for another half an hour on the pellet. Another half an hour in the margin. Just get the chopped worm. Because I've run out of tubs, just got to get it straight out the bag, the worms. But when I'm falling, I'm going to leave it half an hour then. I know Aidan said you got to sort of go over it straight away. I'll chop the worms up first. It's a bit early on and I'm not fishing too late today. It's always better in the margin later on, but I'm sure I'll pick some fish up there, get some caster in and I'll put a few maggots in. A good measure. Get a good chop, get plenty of smell in the water. And put a few pellets in as well. And what I'll do while that settles, I'll fish over that line, see if I can get a few more fish out. I'm just going to fish. It's only about, already seen how deep it is, it's about 1.5 foot, so it's not too deep. I'm getting in line with that far tree there. First time I've used chopped worm before. It's the first time I've done it this method. I've seen Aidan do it loads of times. It's quite successful, that is it. Right, so I'll put that chopped worm in. I'm just going to fish, see if I can get a few more F1s while I'm waiting. Probably going to give it 1/4 of an hour. and then fish over the top with a worm head. Make sure that's not tangled around the cad pot in case you get a big fish on. Few pellets in again. I'm dropping a few in at the edge, the big carp will come in. If I do that, I'll be getting a dibber on. Make sure that's on tight. And to be honest, I haven't seen any big carp around this section. There's plenty of small stuff, and it's good fun and good to practice with the pole. My aim is fish the canals, but the canals are so hard sometimes. I need to learn how to ship back and get the rig sorted before you hit the canals. I took the easy option and come up here where I know I can get some bites. Got a fish on now. If I get it out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fish half an hour in the margin. It's sort of gone a bit dead out there. I'm struggling to get bites, getting line bites all the time. I think the fish are just bolting in and out and foul hooking themselves. I had a couple of foul hookers. I think there were. I think this one's in there. I think this one's got hooked fair. Tell where it's fighting. And keep it out of that when it's going. Another my keep net. A little scrap of this one. Yeah, that's it for that, I think. Been a good demo. Now I'm just going to fish the worm down there. It's come out again, the hook in the finger. It's sort of common carp, that one. That's why I thought a bit better. And I've had like 3 or 4 proper carp. It's only small, common. Get that back in the net. Get this put to one side. And then I'm just going to fish. What I'll do is I'll set the camera, see if I can get the camera on the float. I'm just going to fish, chop worm and cast her in there, and just going to put a worm head on. Just see if I can get a few perch out. It's just a bit of fun, this. Give it half an hour. And then we'll see what's in the net. Might not catch anything. I suspect I'll probably catch gudgeon. We'll get that in. That's where the bait went in. I think I've got the camera on it. It's going up and down, so there's some fish there. If the perch is another matter. I think it was just the worm that doing that. And that definitely a bite. Well, let's see what this is. If it's a perch, it's a miracle. It is. Not the big one I expected. It's a perch. The mission accomplished. And it's probably the smallest perch in here. Micro one. I won't even put that in the net. Have another go. Always fun. Always, perch always good on worm. Yep, I get them small ones in the swim though. It's pretty sure there's no big ones. No 3-pounders. Bites faster than I thought they would be. And proper small perch, then you feel them on. Another micro perch, it's come off. So small that not even pulled an elastic out. You take a section of this off, I think. Get that back in. A bit more comfy now. Might get a surprise 4-pounder. You know, they're plenty down there, just all small. Felt a bit bigger, that one, whatever it is. I think I'll stun the worm. I've only got a small hook on, I haven't changed the hook. I'll be kicking myself if I lose a big one. If I put maggots on now, I'll be getting one a chuck. I think that worm's over the hook. No wonder. No wonder. Put another one on, put a small bit on. See how many perch I can get out. Yeah, I've just had that one perch. I'm getting plenty of bites, but they're only small ones. I'm just not connecting with them because they're so small. They're probably microscopic, micro perch, what you call them. Oh, they could be even gudgeon. That's a better fish, and it's not. This isn't a perch. If it is a perch, I'll be happy. It's an F1. You saw my face and a big smile on my face. Thought this is a big perch. And I thought it can't be. It's an F1. Wanted that worm. It'll discard you. Not a perch, but another F1 down the margin on worm. I'll get another worm on. Let's nick that one. Oop, dropped it. That was good fun margin fishing. This worm and I'll stun it again. Yeah, good stun. Yeah, back in. Move the net. Straight away the bite's instant. A lot of fish there. Just not connecting with the small ones because the worm's too big. Maybe a good thing that. Got to get 5 perch out. That's my target. I had one. I can see the fish whacking it now on the way down the worm. In the roach. And it's gone again. Again, this is no perch. Getting more F1s down the edge. One of the best skills in the world. I think I need a bigger landing net pole. Put that on my list. The hooks come out and the worm's good to go again. Make sure it's not masking the hook point. Another small F1. Put some stripes on it, pretend it's a perch. My kind of fishing is margin fishing. Something I do quite often, but with a float rod. Get some of the best fish come out of the margin. Right, let's see if there's anything else down there. I hope I've got the camera filmed on it because I'm getting plenty of bites. And again, another F1. Proper going for it, this one. I've got to say it's quite good fun. I don't think I'm going to make 5 perch target at this rate. I might have to fish the bottom water to get the bigger perch. There's not as many F1s in there. Another pound for the net. And the hooks come out again on this one. And the worm's good to go again. Maybe should have used worm instead of pellets. Another F1. Another one for the back. It's just the difference fishing the margin is unbelievable compared to out there. It's a good learning curve because next time I come, if I win a match, I'll be fishing the margin pretty early. I won't be fishing it out there as much. I'd fish cast and then the margin next time probably. Ooh, thought I had a perch then. There's absolutely stuff with fish down there. If the bait can get to the bottom, when you get the bigger fish. At the moment, so many small fish having a go at it. I think that will be a perch. I think I've messed up by not putting a bigger hook on. Yep. Let's get this net out of the way, it's getting in the way a bit. The fish took it then whenever. So just in the net. If this stops on, this could, oh, could have been a perch. 5 perch limit. I might have to put maggots on and cheat. I think I've only caught one so far. I'll put a small bit of worm on next time, next fish. Just getting through the small fish now. Put it a bit closer in. Not as many in close in. That's where the perch, bigger perch might be hiding in there. That was a better fish. I don't think it was a perch. This isn't a perch either. The British record if it is. Not even sure if it's an F1. Proper carp this. Well, I've got some £3 bottom on. I'm going to struggle with this one. Be careful. Banging its head like a barbel. There's no F1. It's going to be interesting this. I haven't seen it yet. Let it tire itself out, I think. It's a small, I thought it was about £10 weight will go. It's a small mirror carp. It shows you the difference in the fighting from the F1s. I'd hate to think what it'd be like if I got one of the big ones on. It's a nice fish. Very strange patterns. That'd be good in a specimen like that. Beautiful fish. Looks come out. tangled up. Get that for a mirror carp. Only small, we've got fantastic patterns. The way that went, I thought it was going to be £20. The smallest carp ever. Yeah, that worm's a bit worth the wear now. I'll see if I can get one more fish on that one. Take that section off again. I'm thinking I probably should have fished the margin a bit more. I was doing a demo. You don't seem to get as many pest fish in the edge, right in the edge. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. That one, don't know what that was. I think some of them are probably roach. I'm going to put a maggot on and see what the fish are after the next fish. It's a perch too. Getting there. A bit tangled up. Oop. Oh, going all wrong. I'm too busy looking at the fish tangled up, taking the top two apart. Small perch. Another worm on. I don't think I'm going to have time to get 5 out. Get more carp than perch. Hooked. Give him a bit of free food down there. Right, it's come off. One of the best baits, worm. Once you get fish feeding on it, it can be really good, especially in the rivers. The only trouble is you can draw pike in. If you're in the water where there's pike, canals. Put chopped worm in, the smell will attract the pike. And I ain't got that fear here. Getting right in the edge. Ooh, free. I like peas in a pod. Oop. Going for a walk. Not letting this one go. Get out there again, but 2 to get. And that's it. I think I'll do this in all the videos and finish on not a big fish, 4 or 5 roach next time, or 5 gudgeon. That felt like a good fish. Well, I'm pretty sure some of these are probably bigger perch. Well, I'll do this method again, chop worm and caster in the the margin with the pole. Number 4, don't come off. That's the smallest one. I'm taking it. I won't put it in the net, that one. I'm still caught. Still having it. One more to get. I don't think I'm going to get a massive one. Strange I'm not getting a bite now, so there could be a bigger fish in the swim. Big £3 perch. It's strange I'm not getting a bite because I've got no bait on. That was a good sign at this time of year. If you're not getting bites, your baits come off. Something big swirling down there. It's not a perch. A big carp. That was a perch. Dropped off. Get right in the edge. You just fish that a bit further out, just all the roach are there. Oh, it's the biggest perch of the day and it's number 5. And that's it. Yeah, we'll get this in. Net. We'll have a look at the rest of the fish what we've caught. I don't think I'll have to show you it properly in the net. You get an idea. It's been interesting. I've learned a few things. Right, as you can see, I've got quite a good bag. I reckon there's about 35 pound fish. A couple of big eyed, F1 and a few carp and roach and stuff. Average size there. Nice F1. Can't really get them out to show. But it's not a bad bag. I learned a few things today. You know, I'm going to get these fish back and hopefully I'll see you again in another episode. Well, I've enjoyed it today. So as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and we'll see you next time.